Stress. So we, excuse me. So there we have been speaking about yoga system. Um, to just to get a brief summary of what we did so far. We talked about Valmiki, mm, the story of Rama to Arishtanemi, and as part of it, he was explaining Rama's story. Uh, Talked about Rama's education and completing the education, visiting different places, coming back and staying in a state where he is not interested in things. Uh, by looking at Rama's situation, Dasharatha got concerned and he talked to Vasistha about it. At the same time, Vishwamitra came to the came to Dasharatha about taking in relation to the yajna he's performing. He wanted protection from Rama. Vasistha talked to Dasharatha and convinced him to send him. Rama came. Vishwamitra came to know about Rama's situation, and he thought he asked Rama whether you need any. Do you have any questions for us? Rama explained everything what he observed uh, when he visited different places and talked to people. And talking about everything he observed, he basically said that I'm not interested after looking at all these things like money, age, time, desires. I felt like I'm not interested in any of them. So I would like to live a life without raga and dvesha. And we asked the question, how do I live a life without raga and dvesha? Is it really possible? Because every karma you do it with either raga or dvesha. And ultimately it leads to sorrow. So he gave the example of a ocean. If samsara is ocean, then how can I not get wet? And Vishwamitra started answering his question, saying, there was somebody like you. Um, there is somebody like you. His name is Sukha, and he showed Vyasa was also sitting in the same sabha. So he showed Vyasa, and he Sukha is a son of Vyasa, um, who is sitting there, and he had the same question as you, and he asked the question to his dad Vyasa, and Vyasa gave the answer, and the answer was we talked about it, rope and snake. If you when you when you are in ajnana, that means you saw this a rope and thought that it is snake. That is in ajnana. That means you are in samsara. When you realize that that is a rope, not a snake, that means your ajnana is gone. That's when your samsara ended. So he gave that response. He was not satisfied. Sukamarshi said, I already know this. I don't think I am, my doubts are still there because and then he went to, Vyasa said, why don't you go and talk to King Janaka? He will be able to clarify your doubts further. So Sukamarshi left and met King Janaka. King Janaka tested Sukamarshi for almost 21 days. And then in different states. After he's satisfied that Sukamarshi is ready, he started talking to Sukamarshi and asked, why did you come? What do you need? And Sukamarshi asked the same question. When did samsara born? When was it how long it is going to stay, and why is it here. So King Janaka gave the same exact answer as Vyasa did. And then Sukamashi said, it is, my father said the same. I know Shastras, the ones where I learned, it, it is also saying the same thing. And you said the same thing. But I still have doubts. I have been trying to understand this, and it says Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. But I see that Jagat is there. I'm trying to see, it says Jagat is Mithya, but I can see the Jagat, my eyes. It's there. How can I say it is Mithya? So, my doubts whether whatever, I mean, I know everybody is saying the same thing, but I am not able to understand and see that Jagat is Mithya. Please enlighten me. So, King Janaka said, you already know everything. There is nothing much I need to tell you, or anybody need to tell you. Um, Only thing is, he started saying that you have been contemplating on Jagat, and you have been trying to see that whether it is Jagat is mithya or real. Stop contemplating on Jagat, because when you are looking at the Jagat because of uh, your sankalpa, or you look at the snake and see the snake and trying to see whether the snake is real or not. So don't focus on Jagat or samsara. Focus on the Brahman. Start focusing on the Brahman. You will realize that. You will get the answer to that. So contemplate on Brahman. That means focus on the rope. If you start focusing on the rope, snake will go away because it's not there. So similarly, once you start focusing on the Brahman, once you realize Brahman, then samsara you will really understand that this samsara is mithya. So he explained that, and Sukhamarshi listened, and he said thanks to King Janaka. And before leaving, King Janaka said, "You are a great person. Um, you are greater than myself, greater than your father Vyasa, because we all went through bhogas and then realized Brahman. You are he's hardly 15, 16-year-old, Sukhamarshi. So he was just beginning your life, but you already realized, and you are trying to get to the Brahman, and without even experiencing the luxuries of life. Okay, so he praised him and blessed him, uh, and Sukamashi left the place and went to Meru mountains, and he did tapas there, or contemplated on Brahman, and he realized Brahman. So Vishwamitra said that, I mean, here he turned to Rama and said that, hey Rama, you are like that Sukha you're he was also a similar age when he asked this question, and said that he turned to Vasistha and said, "Hey Vasistha, I think it is good if you can share jnanam from jnanam we received from Brahma in Nishada Mountains when I had a rivalry with you, and when I realized the Brahman, he gave that knowledge to you and me. please share that with Rama. So Vasishta smiled and said, he closed his eyes sometime. And one thing to note is Vasishta got that for the second time. He had received the same jnanam from Brahma once before, and then when Vishwamitra realized, Brahma shared the same jnana to Vishwamitra, and Vasishta happens to be there. So he recollected what Brahma said, and he opened his eyes and looked at Rama. Before Vasishta can say anything, Rama asked this question. I have a question before we get into it. I see Vyasa here, and you said, you guys said that Vishwamitra said that Sukamarshi attained the Brahman, realizes it, and he is attained moksha. But Vyasa is still here, being a guru, his guru, and he is realized as well. So how come he is still here while Sukamarshi already reached Brahman? So then Vasishta started explaining, saying that we all take births again and again. It's similar to what Sri Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. So he said to Arjuna, we take births again and again. The only difference is, you know it. You don't know it. I know it. I remember the births. So Vasishta kind of says similar lines here, and says that there are many Brahmandas in this universe. And he actually compared that to the particles in sun's light. So we can't even count them, how many are them. And who is born when you will find the same people again and again, and who came when, it's impossible to say, because you cannot really, because time is limitless here. So there is no point in looking at the times. So the Vyasa you see, he is the 32nd Vyasa, and he's going to take another 8 more. He's going to come another 8 more times, and he will write Mahabharata. So do not think that the Vyasa, there is no inferior or superior here. So he's already Jivan Mukta. So he's already he kind of coined these terms. Sadeha Mukta, Videha Mukta. So both Vyasa and Sukamarshi, both of them are Muktas. They both attain Mukti. The only reason he is here with his body is because he wants to help the society. And Jivan Muktas come to this, takes birth. He actually says, like you, Rama. So there are people take birth because of karanas, reasons. So they take birth for a reason. And most people take a birth because of their karmas, their vasanas. And he explains that and says that don't think that Vyasa is inferior or anything. So myself, Vishwamitra, we are all here. We are all Jivan Muktas. Our focus is not on the Deha. not on the body. Our focus is on the Brahman. So our goal is always stay in touch with the Brahman and help the society as we can. Okay. And said that, and then he started explaining the Brahma Jnanam, the Jnana from Brahma. So he said that he started explaining the say he coins again. He explains two terms. Um, one is udyogam, the other one is purusha prayatna. So in both the meaning is he started explaining the concept of will, doing the work. The destiny basically is or whatever your karma space. So a person has taken a birth based on his karmas or vasanas before. What you are experience is because of the karmas you did in the past. But you can go and transcend that by doing a karma which can take you beyond that. You will go beyond that experience what you are experiencing in this life. That means destiny and will. So, for example, he gave if you had food yesterday and you had a stomachache today, it's because of your karma. You ate more than you can digest yesterday. So today you are experiencing the pain. So it's basically the it kind of when goes into the karma theory, and but he also says that not everything is like destiny is there, yes, but you can overcome the destiny by doing um more powerful karma. So he gives the example of to put to Potelu. It's a two gods fighting. So who is going to win? Is the one with the more power. So our your destiny and will basically are similar. So your destiny is you are supposed to uh, encounter certain effect of the karma. If you do karma strong enough to go beyond that, you will not experience the karma you're supposed to experience. So it's kind of he explains the destiny and willpower, and he goes further and uh, explains the theory in detail. I think we can probably stop here at this point, and we can start the meditation.